going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How are you?
I'm
Got
good.
a call for a suspicious car that's been here
Okay.
for some time. Is this your car?
I'm not going to answer any questions. I'm going to invoke my Fourth Amendment right.
Can I get your name, sir?
You don't have to answer any questions. Yeah?
Okay.
This is not a Terry stop, as you know. So you said in an investigation I have to legally provide my name.
Yes.
And if I consult my attorney, they'd say the same.
Correct.
And that's not true. Do you suspect me of committing a crime? But do I have a Fourth Amendment right? Can you answer that?
What would that be to?
You tell me. You're the officer. You know what a Fourth
I'm
Amendment
saying
is,
this
right?
doesn't violate that Fourth
It
Amendment
does.
right.
No, if you force me to identify, it does.
Well, because you're driving a motor vehicle.
I'm not driving a motor vehicle. My vehicle is parked.
So you're still occupying a motor vehicle.
I can occupy a motor parked vehicle. I can operate, but I'm not.
You can operate, but it still is the same.
It's not the same.
You have the right to operate it
Okay.
on a public street.
But can I commit a moving violation while parking?
No, but you can't commit a parking violation.
So, am I committing a parking violation?
I don't know yet.
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
I don't know if you have a driver's license.
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent without a lawyer present to answer any questions.
While remaining silent?
Sure.
While remaining silent?
Sure.
I just need you to provide me your proper driving documentation.
I'm not going to provide any documents since I didn't break any laws.
You definitely have to provide a driver's
I'm not
license,
going to provide any documents since I didn't break any
and the
laws.
insurance for the vehicle.
At this point in time, I'm going to remain silent.
Okay. We're kind of impasse here.
Listen,
Honestly.
The next step is litigation if you violate my rights. And on the oath, you're going to have to answer these questions in front of a jury, okay? I'm not going to ask any questions moving forward, okay? I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent
So
without the presence of an attorney.
You're not going to provide a driver's license, registration, or
Do you suspect me of committing a crime or a moving violation?
I can't determine that.
So then the answer is no.
On August 16th, 2024, Lack Audits was parked in the city of Plainsville, New Jersey. He was minding his business and committing no crimes when he is approached by one and then two Plainsville police officers. Now, I've covered Lack Audits videos before. I know how good his verbal judo game is. But these cops never had a clue. They just didn't know what was good for them. And speaking of what's good for you, let's take a look at today's sponsor. You know, Joe Rogan is known for his MMA fighting, being in extremely good shape, and doing quite well health-wise at the tender age of 57. If you remember, he bounced back from illness in like 2 to 3 days. So he takes care of himself. One of the supplements he's mentioned and he's talked about is NMN. Now, rather than me try to explain it, I'm going to let the doctor that discovered it explain it. And then I'll tell you some of the other effects that he doesn't mention in this short clip.
What is NMN? Good question. So let me take a quick step back.
Sure.
So about 20 years ago, Lenny Guarente and a team of us at MIT discovered a set of genes that controls aging in yeast cells, just brewer's yeast, what you find in beer and bread. And those genes are called sirtuins, and there are 7 of them in our bodies, 5 in yeast. And what they do is they protect all organisms on the planet, plants, bacteria, humans, from deterioration and disease. They're like the Pentagon. They sense when we're hungry, sense when we're exercising, and they send out the troops to defend us. So when you put more of these genes into a yeast cell or a mouse, they'll live longer, between 5 to 20% longer. And so we think that these genes are responsible for the effects of dieting and exercise, which is great. What that means is we can now mimic that with molecules. So NMN is one of those molecules, so is resveratrol.
As a lot of you know, I've been working on my own weight. So with this, you get improved energy, weight management, endurance, strength, and anti-aging. And for me personally, it's improved my skin. There's lots of videos on YouTube that are people that have taken this 1, maybe 2 years. They talk about their blood tests. They feel better, they feel stronger, they have more energy. And one of the things, as a guy especially, you know how it is. You need to be strong. You need to be mentally aware. You need to be healthy. You need to take care of yourself because no one else is going to. So go check out Black Forest Supplements NMN. Again, that's NMN. So go check out the sponsor right now, today. I'd appreciate it if you did. The links are down below, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I know I am. And use our special discount code, blackforestsupplements.com/accountability. That's blackforestsupplements.com/accountability for your special AFA family discount. Do it now. Maybe if these cops had taken some NMN, they would have known what was good for them. Let's jump into the video. Apparently being legally parked in the state of New Jersey is a crime, And this police officer is about to serve and protect, putting his life on the line by approaching someone who's shown no aggression and has broken no laws. Thank God for this brave officer. This video is a stark reminder of why police are so necessary.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How are you?
I'm
Got a
good.
call for a suspicious car that's been here
Okay.
for some time, and I'm here to check it out, make sure everything's good.
Hey, before we start, can I get a name and badge number?
Sure, Officer Hill, badge number 548,
And what department are you from?
Pennsville.
And where's that located?
Here,
No, the address.
90 North Broadway.
90 North Broadway, okay. So you said you got a call about a suspicious car. And what else?
Suspicious vehicle,
Uh-huh.
and that's it.
Okay.
That's been parked here for quite some time. So I'm just here to check it out.
Okay, officer. Like I told the individual who approached me,
Okay,
I'm parked legally. I'm not doing anything wrong. And I'd just like to be left alone.
okay.
Because, as you know, we're American citizens and we don't have to explain ourselves to people what we're doing if we're not breaking the law, right?
Right.
So that's all I told the individual, and quite frankly, man, I just like to be left alone to be a free citizen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, this is great. The citizen is calm and respectful, and both the police officer and the citizen agree that no crime has been committed and no one has done anything wrong. All's well that ends well, right? Nope.
Yeah. All right, I just gotta get... Is this your car?
I'm not going to answer any questions. I'm going to
Okay.
invoke my Fourth Amendment right. On me, yeah.
All right. Can I get your name, sir?
You don't have to answer any questions. Yeah.
Okay.
This is not a Terry stop, as you know.
Now, this is why I generally just don't like cops. And in this case, the cops shouldn't even have been called. Now, I get the mindset of the homeowner. They're looking out their window, they see a car they've never seen before, and it's been parked on their block for some time. The homeowner goes out, approaches the vehicle and the occupants in the vehicle. The homeowner can see that no crime is afoot. These people aren't being suspicious. They're just minding their business and sitting in their car. And there's nothing wrong with that part. But then calling the police, when you already know that nothing's wrong, is a huge waste of tax resources. And it also puts the people you're calling the police on in extreme danger. A new study shows that 5% of all police encounters end in force or the threat of force. So really, you're not calling the cops on these people because a crime is afoot. You're calling to use them as your private enforcer. And then when these cops arrive, they see that nothing's wrong, but they want to go down the I'm gonna need to see ID. Absent reasonable articulable suspicion or probable cause that a crime, misdemeanor, ordinance violation, or moving violation did happen, is currently happening, or is about to happen, there's no need for a cop to ask you for anything. But they all use the same excuse. I just like to know who I'm talking to.
Yeah, I know. It's just I'm conducting an investigation.
No, I know, but still.
I gotta get information on who I'm talking to.
No, you don't.
I do.
Brown v. Texas states that just because you got a call that didn't give you any probable cause or reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime, you don't have the right to identify anyone.
For those that already watch Lack Audit, you know he's super intelligent. For those who don't know who he is, you're about to find out. And he's referring to case law Brown v. Texas, which finds that police cannot solely stop someone just to get their identification. And the reasoning behind this is the balance between the public interest and a person's right to personal security and privacy tilts in favor of freedom from police interference. The guarantees of the Fourth Amendment do not allow stopping and demanding identification from an individual without any specific basis for believing they're involved in criminal activity. Ergo, Lack is committing no crimes, the police don't get to ask for ID, and surely can't demand it.
Okay.
So, that's case law.
All right. Well, what I'll say is, yeah, you're parked legally. Just
Sure.
you're fine to do whatever you please. Okay.
So then, okay. So, like you said, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But why would you state that you have to get the ID of everyone in the car when you know that that's against the law
I
to
tell
identify
everyone
someone?
the same thing when I'm conducting an
Is
investigation.
that common
I like-
practice?
Is that what
Is
I
that
do?
common practice? Yeah,
Yeah. If
Okay.
I'm conducting an investigation, I'd like to get the name of everyone that I'm talking to.
Okay. It's not
Just like,
optional.
Just like how you asked my name and everything.
You're a public official. I'm a private citizen.
I know,
yeah.
but I'm saying, you know how you like to speak
Yeah.
with my name and everything. I like to do the same thing.
And you're respectful of people who don't want to give their names, correct? That's what. Okay, good. Well then,
Yeah,
we're good
I mean,
then.
You're
We're
not
good. We're good.
breaking any laws. So.
Perfect. Yeah. I would appreciate it if you let her know that I'm not breaking any law, and them also. Apparently, they feel that because you're parked in front of their house, that they own this property and no one else can park here.
Right.
So, yeah.
And like I said, you're parked legally. What I will suggest, and you don't have to, is we have a boat ramp. We have a park. If you would like to go park there, I know you can park here. That way, people don't call on you and say, "Hey, this car's suspicious."
That's a good suggestion, but a better suggestion would be just educating the citizens that people have the right to park on the public street and shouldn't have to go to boat ramp just because they're uncomfortable. That would be the legal and wiser approach.
That's why I'm not making you leave.
I know. I just didn't like that suggestion. Just leaving from here because she's uncomfortable, going somewhere else at a boat ramp. I want to be parked legally where I can be.
Yep.
And if they're uncomfortable, that's unfortunate. That's on them for not knowing the law.
I gotcha.
Right? That's not on me.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't deal with uncomfortable, man. I try to work with the law.
All right.
So,
Thanks, sir.
All right. Thank you.
So it seems like we're in a good place. Citizens being polite, respectful, and asserting his rights. The police officer agrees the citizen's done nothing wrong and has broken no laws. So this whole thing should be over. I don't think so. We've been in this place before at the beginning of this video. And I always compare cops trying to violate someone's rights to a baseball game. The citizen is the pitcher, and they only have a few shots at maintaining their rights and freedoms. The batter is the cop. And just because that batter struck out doesn't mean there's not another batter ready to step up to the plate and take a swing. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. So now the cops are huddled up, and they have much to discuss. They don't just want ID, they need ID. And this pesky citizen committing no crime is stopping them from getting their fix. So if they put each one of their singular brain cells together, maybe they can form a thought. But not before Karen shows up to add her brain cell to the conversation.
If they come back, I'm going to press the cab number.
Stop. Take pictures. What are you taking pictures for?
And now to ensure domestic tranquility and to provide for the common defense, this brave Karen is going to form her own militia by soliciting able-bodied soldiers to join her quest for neighborhood safety. Nay, dare I say, American safety. God bless you, Karen. The nation thanks you for kicking a black man off of a public street for committing no crimes. Or at least trying to. It is my sincerest regret to inform you that Karen's militia could not be assembled. Despite their brave, bold, and heroic efforts, I guess bald Karen will have to try and muster the resistance another day.
How you doing, sir?
Hello, sir.
Are you
I'm not going to answer any questions. Before we start, can I get your name and badge number?
Davenport 519?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so here's where we're at.
Uh-huh.
In New Jersey or
Yes.
any state, you have to provide your name and information during an investigation or even a motor vehicle stop, okay?
This is very interesting. It went from an investigation of a suspicious vehicle to a motor vehicle stop. And I'm sure the transition seems as flawless to you as it does to the cop that's doing it. If this video is not proof enough that cops are stupid, then email me a better example, because I'm always willing to marvel at the level of pignorance that these cops show.
Okay.
I know the RO of the cars. That's all I'm trying to confirm is that's who you are, so we can get out of here.
So you said in an investigation I have to legally provide my name?
Yes.
And if I consult my attorney, they'd say the same?
Correct.
And that's not true. Do you suspect me of committing a crime? Let's start with that. RAS. We need RAS, right?
Okay.
RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. Do you suspect me of committing a crime? Did someone call and specifically say that I committed a crime? I'm just asking
Specifically, what crime would that be?
You tell me.
Well,
You were here. Someone called you for me.
Stating that you were sitting out in front of the house
Correct.
for several hours.
Is that
And
a
that's what
crime?
we're just trying to find out what's going on because we had a house in this area that
Has nothing to do with me.
And here we go with the excuse. You need to provide your ID because you match a description. Or in this case, we need your ID because houses in this neighborhood were burglarized very recently. So I did some digging. There were only 3 home burglaries reported in 2024 in Pennsville, and they all happened after this video. They also happened nowhere near the neighborhood that Lack Audit is parked right now. So when cops open their mouth, just assume they're lying and continue to film. They'll make themselves look stupid on their own.
Is that a crime, though?
I can't associate that. All I'm trying to do is get you out of here so we all can go about our way.
But do I have a 4th Amendment right? Can you answer that?
What would that be, too?
You tell me. You're the officer. You know what a Fourth
I'm
Amendment
saying
is,
this
right?
doesn't violate that 4th
It
Amendment
does.
right.
No, if you force me to identify, it does.
Well, because you're driving a motor vehicle.
I'm not driving a motor vehicle. My vehicle is parked.
So you're still occupying a motor vehicle.
I can occupy a
You
motor
can
parked
operate.
vehicle. I can operate, but
That
I'm
you can
not.
operate, but it still is the same.
It's not the
You
same.
you have the right to operate it.
Okay.
On a public street.
But can I commit a moving violation while parking?
No, but you can't commit a parking
So,
violation.
am I committing a parking violation?
I don't know yet.
I don't know if you're committing a parking violation just yet, but I will know if you're committing a parking violation after I get your ID and run your name. What sense at all does that make? It doesn't, because it's cop logic. Cops need the reasonable articulable suspicion to get the ID. In this case, the cop needs reasonable articulable suspicion that he has committed a parking violation. If he can find that the motorist has, then he gets to ask for ID. He doesn't get to work backwards, get the ID, and then figure everything else out. The ID doesn't help this cop realize if a parking violation has happened. His eyes help him know that. And it's pretty simple. You approach the vehicle. Is he parked in front of a no parking sign? Is he parked in front of a fire hydrant? He's not. No parking violation. This is not a case where the ends justify the means. You don't get to start at civil rights violations and then work towards maybe possibly finding a crime.
Because I don't know if you're the registered owner of this
I'm
vehicle.
going to invoke my Fifth
So
Amendment
I
right.
don't know if you have a driver's license.
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent without a lawyer present to answer any questions.
While remaining silent?
Sure.
While remaining silent?
Sure.
I just need you to provide me your proper driving documentation.
I'm not going to provide any documents since I didn't break any laws.
definitely have to provide a
I'm
driver's
not going to
license,
provide any documents since I didn't
registration,
break
and
any
the
laws.
insurance for the vehicle.
At this point in time, I'm going to remain silent.
Okay. We're kind of impasse here, and I'm trying to make this as easy for everybody as possible. I get your frustration. I get it. I'm at the same level.
Listen,
honestly.
the next step is litigation if you violate my rights. And on the oath, you're going to have to answer these questions in front of a jury, okay? I'm not going to ask any questions moving forward, okay? I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent
So let me
without
get
the
this
presence
straight.
of an attorney.
You're not going to provide a driver's license, registration, or
Do you suspect me of committing a crime or a moving violation?
I can't determine that.
So
Until I
then the
determine
answer is no.
if your driver's license is
Do
valid.
you suspect me of committing a
You're saying
crime
that. I
or a
can't
moving
guarantee that
violation?
until I can provide the documentation.
Do you suspect me of committing a crime or a moving violation? Yes or no?
I don't know yet.
So you don't know.
No,
So
because I can't provide
do
your
your
proper documentation.
investigation. Talk to whoever you have to talk to.
Which we have. And the final
your-
step here is
what
to make
did
sure
they
you have
say?
a valid license.
No, you don't get to go in the place determining who.
I do, because you
I'm
got
not
here
even going to
somehow.
speak anymore.
You
Did
got-
you
you
see
got
me?
those points,
Did you
right?
see me arrive here?
Huh?
Did you see me drive
The
here?
neighbors did.
But did you? Are they
I
police
didn't mean
officers?
to. It doesn't matter.
All right, listen.
You got here somehow, right?
Supervisor, please.
I am. It's right here.
You're a
That's why I'm here.
supervisor, please.
Yes.
You're a supervisor.
No, that's it. This is me.
Fifth Amendment.
Okay.
I invoke my Fifth. I invoke my Fourth. And I invoke my First Amendment right also.
Batter 2 strikes out. So now it's time for Batter 1 to step to the plate again to take another swing. Hopefully he knocks this one out of the park. This is like a parody of Who's on First. Or in this case, Who's on First Amendment.
Can I get a card number, Hill?
Hill,
Yes, can I get a card number, please?
a CAD number?
Yes. Call number, card number,
Yeah,
incident number, however you,
you'll be
whatever
able
you
to.
guys call it.
you'll be able to. We'll give it to you.
Can I get it now?
You can get it now.
Yes, please. Thank you. I appreciate
Can I
it.
get your ID?
No, sir.
Okay.
What is your RES?
My reasonable
Your RES
articulable suspicion?
of a crime.
No, so this is what we're trying to explain to you. We get called here for
I
a
know
suspicious
how it
vehicle.
works. Okay, this is not.
You obviously don't because you're not
I
giving
don't.
us your
Okay.
ID.
Okay. Can I get the card number?
Yeah,
Thank you. I'm not going to speak to you either. I'm going to revoke my Fifth Amendment right.
sounds good. County, can I get a case number?
Remember I told you, are you familiar with the Bill of Rights?
Similar to the 34 field.
Confirm.
Are you familiar with the Bill of Rights?
Yep.
And you've, okay, good.
Yep.
You know there's established law regarding the Fourth Amendment, someone's right to be secure in their effects. Okay, and a Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Yep.
Okay, you're aware of that. Thanks for putting it on record.
You're welcome.
Remember I told you Brown v. Texas, okay? So remember that case law,
Okay.
just in case there's litigation. I've directed you exactly to the case law that governs this. Brown v. Texas. Is your body camera on?
It's on.
Perfect.
It's always on.
And he is your supervisor, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You see, there's something called an unlawful arrest. And that's where litigation comes in. And you sue the department for an unlawful arrest if they do escalate it to that point. Because RAS is the minimum standard that they have to reach before even getting any probable cause. And hopefully they know. I don't know if they know, but we'll see. Maybe a lieutenant might be able to educate them if they try to pursue this further. And afterwards, what I'm going to do is we'll lodge a complaint to both officers. So
I didn't
we'll put it
understand
on
what you
right
just
back.
said. Were you talking to me there or no? To be honest question. I didn't know if you were talking
No, with
to me
all
or
due
not.
respect, I'm speaking to myself.
Okay.
Yeah, not you.
All right.
I'm going to respectfully address you. But if I want to talk to you, I'm going to respectfully say Hill.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not going to disrespect you, man. You're a human being.
Thank you.
Yes. Do you know who the other officer is speaking with? So I can.
I don't know who
Okay.
you're talking to. No.
And who's the lieutenant on duty?
On duty?
Yes.
I'd have to check who's on duty.
If you don't mind, whenever you get a chance.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, he might know off the top of his head.
Thank you very much. Yeah. But he didn't. Am I being detained? By the way, let me establish that.
Right now, yeah, we're gonna.
You're detaining me for
Yes.
no crime.
Yep. Because we got called here
I
for
get that.
suspicious persons
But
in a
in a car.
suspicious vehicle. Right. That's why I'm here.
But
in the
no
first
crime
place.
though. Just a suspicious person.
Right,
No
and
crime.
that's what we're figuring out.
But no crime though. Just a
Right,
suspicious
right now
person.
there's no crime.
Okay,
Correct.
good. Thank you very much. Yeah, sure, this is still recording.
So all we would do now that we've established that there's no crime being committed,
Yes, sir.
because I am conducting an investigation,
Yes.
I have to get information.
Not gonna happen, man.
Okay, but
Brown v.
just so you would,
Texas. Brown
just
v. Texas.
okay, just so you're aware,
Yes, sir.
when I do that,
Yes.
I write it down, it goes in our system,
Yes.
and that's it.
Nope.
There's no reason for you to even have a CAD number because
There
we're not
is.
going to have your information to put in there, and she's not going to give it to you without you verifying who you are.
This is public information, sir.
Okay.
Yep. I've done thousands of public records with Oprah requests, okay? This is
Okay.
public information.
All right.
I know exactly how this works, okay? So
Sounds good.
I'm not ignorant.
All right.
So batter 1 strikes out again for an incredible 10 minutes. But now batter 2 is stepping up to the plate again. Let's see what he's got to say this time.
All right, there. I'm not gonna resist, man.
No, you're
You're
good.
gonna put
You're
me
good.
on arrest. Look, here's my hands. I'm not gonna resist. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page, because
That's,
I've
I
had
think we
officers tell
are,
me they're gonna
honestly.
pull me out of the car, and I just don't want to be. What are we gonna do?
Nah.
I'm very respectful. Are we
I'd
okay?
say- yeah. So here's what we're gonna do.
Sure.
Okay? Because I really don't want this massive headache of whatever's going on.
Folks at home, this is what it looks like when a cop admits defeat. I don't want the headache of this anymore, so you're free to go. You don't have to give your ID. I'm doing it because I don't want the headache. No, officer, you did want the headache. For 35 minutes, you and your butthurt buddy have been harassing someone that's committed no crimes in an effort to try and get his ID as illegally as possible. So let me assure you, you want the headache, you need any of the withdrawals that come along with not getting your ID fix. But the cop just can't be honest. He can't come back to the car and say, hey, listen, I spoke to my supervisor, the city attorney, the chief of police. I spoke to everyone I could speak to, and they all told me that I had no legal grounds to get your ID, so I was wrong, my bad, you're free to go. How can you entrust the lives of American citizens into the hands of someone that can't even admit when they're wrong? But go ahead, officer. Get this over with as fast as possible. Tuck your tail and run. We don't want you to get a headache.
Okay.
So, what my thing is obviously this car's registered in New Jersey, right? So we can pull the registration, see who the RO is, and see if the RO matches your picture in the DMV system.
So now this cop is pretending that in an effort of compromise, instead of taking an ID that he has no lawful right to, he can just run the guy's plate to see who he's talking to. Because police don't need probable cause to run someone's plate in a public roadway. And that's true. But they didn't just come to this. These cops ran the guy's plate as soon as they got there. Don't believe me? Let's rewind 10 minutes.
How you doing, sir?
Hello, sir.
Are you?
I'm not gonna answer any questions.
Video doesn't lie, dirty cops do. They knew this guy's name for 30 minutes from the moment they pulled up. They knew he wasn't a person of interest. They knew he had no active warrants. They knew his license and registration was in good standing. 30 minutes prior, they had all the answers to their questions, which proves one of two things or both. This had nothing to do with finding out who this guy was. This cop needs rehab because he has a terrible physical ID addiction. Or the cop knew he wasn't going to give up his ID, so he wanted to try and charge him for not providing identification. I think it's a healthy mixture of both. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and let's watch this stupid mouth move.
Public plate, right? Public license plate. So yeah, you guys have
Right,
the right
exactly.
to do that. Yeah.
Okay. So, to me, that's the easiest way to resolve the whole matter. And
I
just
think so too.
all of us going about our way, right?
Perfect.
Okay?
I'm okay with that.
That work for you?
Yep.
'Cause I don't feel like having to go to this just for a simple little suspicious vehicle investigation.
Yep.
The whole reason why we're pushing it that far is because we literally just had an incident at the school that's 100 yards away.
Nope. No, you didn't. The last reported incident that required police response at the Pennsville school was in 2019 after a brawl at a basketball game. So that didn't just happen. Unless just happen in cop time means 7 years prior.
Okay.
So that's why we're in the area now anyway. So
Listen,
just
I
letting you
understand
know.
that, but anybody who's parking the street doesn't mean they're associated with that incident.
No, I get it. I get it.
But
So for 40 minutes now, they've tried to get his ID 5 different times from 2 different cops after being told by multiple supervisors on the phone that they have no legal right to ask for ID. The cop comes back to the car, admits he doesn't need ID, and cop-splains as to why it went that far to begin with. What do you think the chances are that this moron is going to try for that ID again?
But at the same time, we gotta if you gotta get out of here you got here somehow. You gotta get out of here somehow. All I have to do is make sure you got a valid license and you're on your way. So I can care less.
it's not
But
gonna happen, man.
Turn left
Not gonna happen. I'm not giving you a license for you to make sure I have a valid license. That is not accordance with the
Okay.
law.
I got your point, but here's the thing. But here's the thing. But here's the thing.
Sure.
If you drive away from here
Yes.
and something happens,
Yes.
we're gonna have to get your license at that point. Get what I'm saying?
Well, you have to have a legal reason to pull me over. And like I told him.
I know. I'm not saying we're gonna sit here and try to pull you over. I'm
No, I
just
get
saying,
that.
God forbid, something else happens
I
from now.
know
Got
that
me?
I have a license that is valid and is legal for me to operate on this
Okay.
roadway, okay?
All right.
And that's why I have dash cameras front, back, side to side to make sure I'm covered.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it makes it
Just
easy,
like how you
better
guys
for you.
have your cameras.
Well, yeah, we gotta
I
have everything
mine
on
too,
camera.
Mine too.
Yep.
So
All right.
I'm not worried about that part.
All right. You have a good one.
I
We're
never
gonna get
said I
out of
missed
here.
it. Good. All right. Thank you very much, man.
They came, they sought, they ate, and I don't think any police officer has looked so dumb doing it. But now they have to report back to Karen and break the news that her famed coup de resistance had been quelled. And nobody should be surprised whatsoever that cops did what cops do. And cops will always be doing what cops do. Because that's what they do. No one's quite sure of exactly what it is that cops do, but they do it. To get as much done with what they do as possible. But another fantastic performance by Lack Audit. You gotta check him out. I've covered his videos before. I love him. I think he's fantastic, and he's super intelligent. His original video will be in the description of this, along with the link to his channel, and it'll be right under the link for today's sponsor. Check him out. Tell him Accountability for All sent you. Show him some love. Set the notification bell to always. And always make sure to have your dumb cop location device handy. It catches them every time. And that's the reason I stopped you today.